already saved the towel for you. You shouldn't have. I'm kidding. I didn't save it because I knew what you would say, big tough Marine. How about you just use my wet towel so we can get some chow, as you called it? I hope it looks like breakfast. She motioned for him to get moving. And whatever you do, don't think of that towel all over my naked body. Now shoo. Buck's mouth worked, but no sounds came out. He was rooted to the floor. Don't make me eat breakfast without you. She pointed one finger at the bathroom and returned to her study of the atlas. He took 3 steps to the bathroom door and stopped, then looked over his shoulder and said softly, I don't know what just happened, but I like it. He closed the door behind him. When he finished, Connie had the television on. Their eyes met for a moment, and she smiled in a way that was comfortable. For her, for him. A movement pulled Buck's attention away. The 50-pound puppy was standing on the bed, tail wagging. All right, Big Mac, let's get you outside. Buck was glad for the distraction. He needed time to think. He'd told her the truth about being glad he found her, because it felt like he'd known her for a long time already. Almost like they'd been friends all their lives, but they'd been away from each other until this disaster. It was strange, but overwhelming. He was too old to be swept away. His mission was to get home to Garth, and that would take all his focus. It was true even in normal times, because the road was a dangerous place. One blown tire could be fatal. When he came back in, he put some kibble in Mac's bowl and let him have his breakfast. Connie fiddled with the television while the pup wolfed it down. The first thing that came on was a local news channel talking about Denver. She changed it immediately because they wanted something more local, like Salt Lake City news. That was the nearest population center. However, when she found the next channel, the reporters were also talking about Denver. What's this all about? He said aloud. The talking head sat inside 5 or 6 graphics streaming across the screen. One was a ticker of stock prices, which showed nothing but red 3-digit numbers. Another was a temperature ticker with numerous American cities and numbers behind them. Some cities were in triple digits, but others showed negative readings. Look at that weather, Connie blurted. It explains the snowstorm yesterday. Well, she hesitated. Maybe it doesn't explain it, but it does confirm that it wasn't normal. No, it wasn't, he admitted. This is unbelievable. The other ribbons on the screen showed news around the world, but he focused on the anchor hemmed in between all the graphics. If you are just joining us, we are standing in front of the Search for Nuclear, Astrophysical, and Chronometric Extremes building, which is more commonly called SNAKE around these parts. We have every reason to believe this is where the red and blue waves came from. Aside from the multiple reports from nearby residents, we have eyewitness accounts from several members of the staff of the facility who have told their families what happened. Oh, shit, Buck said with disappointment. What is it? Connie asked. It looks like the scientists did it. Their crazy experiments ripped the world a new one, and you and I are the saps who are going to suffer for it. Angry protesters held signs behind the reporter. Some of them had simple messages of doom, much like the guy he had seen back in Modesto, but one in particular caught his attention. The hand-painted board said, "You killed us." I've got to call Garth. I know he's half a continent away, but I have to make sure he knows not to ever go to Denver. Agreed, she said distantly. Lewis, Delaware. His dad's nyuk-nyuk ringtone woke Garth from a dead sleep. Hello? He said in a groggy voice. Dad? What time is it? The shades on the motel window were almost pitch black, so he had little clue as to the time of day. It is 6 in the morning here. That means it's 9 there. What are you still doing in bed? You aren't fooling around, are you? Garth detected the dad tone. We're at a motel in Lewis, Delaware. We got off the ferry and went right here like you said. He thought about what was probably